welcome to this edition of the Quantum Experience. I'm thrilled to be joined by Andrea. She is a doctoral student and founder and CEO of Innovailia. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm really happy to be here.
Cool. So how I usually start these discussions is just if we could maybe have a short intro, just tell us about yourself and what's your background.
Yes, thank you very much. So as you said, my name is Andreea-Iulia Lefterovici, and I am currently doing my PhD thesis at Leibniz University, Hanover, and my topic is hybrid benchmarking of quantum algorithms. And on the side, I founded this science communication marketing company that is called Innovailia. And during my studies, I've always studied physics. So I did my bachelor, my master, now my PhD in physics.
Cool. So I was really excited to talk to you today, Andrea, because I know I've been reading up about Innovailia. So maybe could you give us an overview, or what was the reasons that you wanted to set up Innovailia?
Yes, a couple of years ago, I started some sort of mini Instagram journey, and until then, I wasn't really much on social media, and I wanted to connect with the public. I wanted to bring students into the community, and I started making some short reels, maybe sometimes posting some pictures, some stories, and so on and so forth. And on the other side, at our university, we had this project that was related to applications, like real-world applications of quantum computers. And then I thought, okay, I want to communicate actually this a bit better, because sometimes there is some hype in quantum computing, and I like to see myself a bit of a sober optimist. And
That's
I kind
nice
of wanted to communicate.
Yeah.
And I wanted to communicate this in some way. And then I just talked to other people, and they had the same feeling. And in the end, we just went for it. I said, okay, then I want to open this company, and do you guys want to be consultants? Are you interested? And everyone was so open, and they were like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And this is
I think it's great, and I've seen some of the videos so far. They're really good. So if those of you that haven't, make sure you give Innovailia a follow, and it's some really good stuff. And actually, it's good for somebody like me who's not an educated physicist to that level. So it's good. It's accessible as well. So yeah, it's really good. And I'm excited. I'm sure you have some big plans. I'm excited to see where it's heading.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm also very excited to see.
Yeah, okay. So just to go back a minute or two, so we talked about your PhD. So something I like to ask people is, what was your first exposure to quantum physics or quantum technology?
Yes, so I think it came in waves to me. My first exposure to quantum physics was actually in my second year of bachelor, when we had the quantum mechanics lecture, and I totally love it. Also because of the professor, but also because of the content. She made everything so amazing and so complete, and yeah, it was very nice.
Yeah.
And then in my journey, from that point on, I think almost everything that I studied was related to quantum physics, like solid state physics, quantum field theory, string theory, and so on and so forth. And then one thing led to another, and one day I had to tutor someone, and the guy wanted to learn algebra in order to study quantum computing.
Oh.
And I started tutoring him in algebra, then in quantum mechanics, and then we started doing some quantum information, some quantum computing together. And I was also myself a master student at that point, just having lectured in that. And at the same time, he enrolled at some point this master in quantum technologies, and I was still tutoring him during his master, and that's how I actually got into the field and decided to go for a PhD in it.
Yeah, it's funny because your first exposure was totally different to mine, because I was sat in the back of a quantum mechanics lecture, and I was so lost for 2 hours. I just thought, I don't even know what we're talking about here, And some of the notation is so different. I just thought, no, I don't understand. But yeah, it's good that you had a good professor that could guide you through. Thank you. So people have interpreted this next question differently, but I think people who are looking to get into the industry are always interested in this one. It's the one I get messaged about the most. So, are there any mistakes that you made in your career or in your education that was a big learning experience for you?
I think I definitely made a lot of mistakes. I cannot really remember them, and I don't know if I have any experience that is like so deep and so rooted that I would say that it changed the way I work. But there were always these mini conflicts, and they were always caused by miscommunication between people. Like someone forgot to say something, someone meant something different, and so on and so forth. And this was always kind of the root of the problems. And since then, I'm trying to just communicate better.
Yeah.
And even, well, maybe this is not very pleasant for some people, but sometimes I rather write some very, very long text messages and so on and so forth, such that everything is there and that it cannot be too much misinterpreted.
Yeah, an old manager of mine used to always say that the toughest conversations is the one that you didn't have, and I think that's so true. Sometimes it's better to get things out in the air, so everyone's on the same page, I guess.
Yes.
Cool. So
Do you have do you have any experience in this, like something that drastically changed the way you work?
yeah, do you know it's I have nobody's asked me that actually, but it's interesting because sometimes, especially in things like recruitment or sales in general, it's I often get the advice of fake it until you make it, and it's good advice to some degree, but I think when you're dealing with something as complicated as this, it doesn't really work that way. And I think people are too shy, especially in my line of work, to do their research and to, educate themselves on something other than recruitment. Getting to know the terms and what people do to better than surface level, I think is pretty important. But I guess fake it till you make it is sort of good and bad advice for that reason. I don't know if you've heard that before. For people have told you that, especially as a founder and CEO, sometimes you gotta, I guess, just run with things that you don't know or understand. Is that something that you've come across before?
Yes, I came across this during my master actually.
Yeah,
When someone told me, I don't know, I think I was complaining about the homeworks or something like this.
yeah,
And someone just told me, fake it until you make it, like fake that you are good until you actually become good at doing your homeworks. But
yeah,
yeah, with the company, no one told me that yet.
yeah,
But I am aware that I would do a lot of mistakes at the beginning with the company.
yeah.
But I think that's fun somehow. I mean, you learn a lot, and at the end of the day, how big of a mistake can one make?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And I guess any mistake that I've made during my recruitment career, I've definitely you learn the hard way sometimes. It's usually the best way to learn it. It sticks a bit better. Um, but yeah, that's what I've learned anyway. Um, okay, I wanted to move on. So you might find this actually that now that you're coming sort of towards the end of your studies, I know you have your own thing on the side, but this might be something